Well, hello, and how are we doing today? My name is Alexander Williams, and I will be teaching you how to create some macros. Two separate macros, exactly. This is for Professor Sis Trunk's Monday, Wednesday, 12:15 class. Again, my name is Alexander Williams, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with the macros. Okay, so two separate macros, and we have two data sets, one for baseball stats, and then one for the macro I'm going to apply, one for NFL stats, and one for the NFL macro I'm going to apply. For the baseball stats, I'm just going to show you some formatting things you could just do. Like if you're messing with any type of chart of data that you don't want to just go through and keep changing, you could just apply a macro to it and it will automatically change the format for you. So for example, what I want to do is in this macro, I want the first thing you want to do is you want to start the macro course. You want to go to tools. What we're going to do is we're going to change the headings and the titles. And we're going to go to macro and we're going to record a new macro. Macro 8 is fine. The shortcut key I'm going to use since it's baseball is Option Command B. And we're going to use it in this workbook. So now what we're gonna do is, all you're gonna do is now you can go ahead and start creating your macro. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the font size of this to make it 20. I have wins. I want to make that font size, let's just say 14, and the ERA 14, and I want to underline wins, and I want to underline ERA. See, now the data looks a little better. Um, you know what I'm saying? Now we have a proper heading. And let's just say I wanted to take this heading and I wanted to apply it to another data set. All I would have to do is so we're gonna go to the baseball macro. As again, this data looks like the other data. All you have to do is hit your shortcut key, which is Option Command B, and it already does it by itself. Automatically, the macro does it for you, just like any other shortcut key on the computer. So now I want to show you how you can use a macro to kind of quickly compute some data without doing the steps yourself. So let's go to NFL steps, and let's just say this macro that we want to use. Um, First, we got to stop the old macro, and let's just say that we want to create a new macro. Um, Macro 9 is fine, and since it's NBA, we'll go Option Command N. Hit OK. So we have some data here. Let's just go ahead and format again. Let's just say 14, 14, and 14. Let's go ahead and let's underline. Let's let's underline. And let's just say this is the information of giveaways and takeaways of a team that they have on per game per the season. So let's just say we wanted to do a couple things. Let's just say we'll take the NFC North division, which is Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit, and missing one, the Vikings, Minnesota. So let's just say we wanted to add up all of the wins that, since they're in the same division, let's just say all of the wins that the NFC North had. So all you would do is, remember this is a macro, so it's recording, hit equal, and you want to hit, let's say, so we're going to hit Chicago, or we're going to hit the sum of Chicago, comma, Detroit, comma, Green Bay, comma, Minnesota. And we're just going to go ahead and hit enter, and there we go. See, now our macro tells us how many um, wins does the NFC North have. So we're just going to go ahead and type NFC North. Wins. And let's just say that we wanted to see, how many giveaways slash takeaways did the NFC South have? Let's just fix that, put wins. And this is how you could just keep track of the data and keep going with it without actually having to do this every time. NFC South, take giveaway. What is the takeaways? take slash give aways. And all you would do is you would just hit equal, and let's see who's in MC South. You got um, the total, so we're gonna add them up. Some, um, let's just say Atlanta is in MC South. Carolina's in MC South. Um, as you guys can probably tell, I'm not from here. Tampa Bay is in NFC South. And missing one more. Your Saints, New Orleans, is in NFC South. So all you do is hit enter there, and now it'll tell you how many takeaways slash giveaways do they have. And let's just say we just wanted to add up all of the takeaways that the entire league has too. So we'll put this at the bottom, and we'll just hit equals. Let's put wait, hold up. Don't want to do that. Let's put total takeaways right here. Right. So let's go back and let's do that again. Let's put total takeaways here. Total takeaways, and put equals, and all we're gonna do is put the sum of this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And you can see how it gets repetitive after a while. So this is why the macro is good to have, because you don't have to go through and click it every time. And that one, just hit enter, and it gives you the total number of 0. So I guess it balances. It balances each other out, because we do have some negatives in here. But let's just say that we went in here just to be sure and took out 34. So we know that it's not, the function's not messing up. We got negative 17. So we know it balances out. So let's go ahead and put 34 back in there. Because every team has to play each team. You understand what I'm saying? So actually, let's take it out. Let's just say that we wanted to know. Yeah, that's fine. So we want to show that the total takeaways always equal 0. All right, so we'll leave that in there. All right, so this would be our macro. So all we have to do is go to the next sheet, the macro sheet, and all we gotta do is I believe our key was Option Command N, and it does it all. It does it all for itself. So there you go. That's how you can use a macro. As you can see, this data looks right here. We use the macro to make it look like this, and we use the macro to make this look like this, and to make it look like this. It's really quite simple. Macros are good. Is really good. I really like it. Um, it's fun to use too. You can almost use it on anything. So really something to think about. I hope you learned something about how to use macros. Thank you again. This is Alexander Williams, Professor 600 class, um, Monday, Wednesday, 12:15. Another way you could actually, I meant to tell you another way that you could use the macro if you wanted to. You just go to Tools, Macro, Macros, and you could just run the macro like we were doing. So there it is. Here you go. That's how you use the macros, and that will be it. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.